Hypha is the new synth from Native Instruments, and it's kinda cool. If you haven't been to the Native Instruments site in a while, you might want to check it out because not only do they have a $25 voucher for you for Christmas, but if you don't want to spend any money, they also have a free synth called Hypha. Let's have a listen. My first impression is that Hypha kinda sounds a lot like Bioscape, but maybe with more of a digital edge. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing because both digital and analog have their place, just like cold and hot water on a faucet. And sometimes you want one over the other, especially if you are doing any sound production for video games, or if you like EDM or ambient music, or if you want to make a Ridley Scott sci-fi thriller. I think Hypha has some interesting potential, and it's free, so there's not a whole lot to lose if you go download it. Plus, there's a contest you can enter if you want to make a track and maybe win a new keyboard. Let's check out Hypha and then look at some ways you can make this type of synth work to your advantage, and maybe even help you win that contest. Hypha has a couple of really cool features. First, next to the tremolo is the XY plot for the two sound sources that you can combine. The sound knob is very interesting. It seems to be a morphing filter type effect, and it's fun to play around with. Then you have the cutoff, glide, mono, poly, or legato modes, a chord mode, and your volume envelope. At the top is the FX button, and there are 8 different effects. The reason that I compared Hydra to Bioscape earlier is because it has that similar found sounds type of vibe. Hence the nature organic motif of the plugin. This is great for ambient tracks, but what if you want to do something different than that? Let's get to the tips. For the first trick, we are going to take the first patch and adjust it just like you see on the screen. Then add a gate to it, something like Poly versus Gatekeeper. Here I'm using a sine wave, and the wet dry is turned down to 62%. Next, add a reverb. I'm using Supermassive with the Mellow Ambient patch. Now you've turned that found sound into a beat. This is an easy way to change the basic presets you get with the Hypha into something different. First, find a preset where the low end sounds good to you. For this, we are using Autumn Walk. Then, use the low pass filter and set the cutoff to somewhere between 300 and 500 Hz. Now, mute this instrument and add a new instance of Hypha. Find another instrument that you like, and this time, use the high pass filter at somewhere between 300 and 500 Hz. Now you've got a custom instrument. Want that dystopian sci-fi sound? Try out Infiltrator 2. This is one super powerful plugin that should be in your arsenal. For this, I'm specifically using the FM and frequency shift modules and the Silent Footsteps patch, which sounds pretty cool plain. But to spice it up, I've added a custom patch from Infiltrator that stacks the FM module, a gate, frequency shift, delay, reverb, and finally a low-pass filter with movement on the cutoff. Note that I'm using the audio envelope to modulate the frequency of the FM signal, and also the shifting under the frequency shift. I use the standard envelope to also control the frequency shift and the cutoff on the low-pass filter. Just the addition of this one plugin turns our already cinematic sound into something straight out of a horror movie. So that's it for today. Check out the Native Instruments site at the link below if you want to download Hypha, and let me know if you like it or if you are thinking of entering the contest. Hit that like and subscribe, and we will see you on the other side of the mountain.